Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a very chill chit chat video. I usually plan out all my videos and I have b-roll and a script and outline. This video, I didn't do any of that. I was looking through some of my channel comments and I found this one comment that I really, it really got me thinking. I have this video called, We Can All Have It All, where I basically talk about how we can all have access to the lives that we want, but we've kind of been trained to think that we can't because the people at the top, right, they hold most of the world's wealth and resources and opportunities, and we've kind of been led to believe that there's just a limited supply for everyone, when in reality, there's enough for everyone. It's just kind of being held from us, right? And so by using our privilege, whatever privilege each of us has, we can create a world, hopefully, where we can all live the lives that we want. So many of us are unhappy. So many of us are working jobs that we hate. So many of us just don't have access to the resources that we need to even live. And my only solution, honestly, is fighting capitalism with capitalism. Because my thing is, like, what can we do? Unless, again, I talked about this before, unless we're all gonna just revolt, like literally tear this bitch down, shit's not gonna change, right? So like the only thing that we can do with our little bit of power is use our privilege in some way to give our wealth, our resources to other people to try to at least level the playing field, right? And then I saw this comment where he basically pointed out, like, fighting capitalism with capitalism is a great solution for now, but the issue with that is that all of us, like all the people who are upset right now and waking up, and the Gen Zers and everyone who's ready to make change, if we're being honest, when all of us are happy and content with our lives, when all of us are able to quit our 9-to-5s and have built up enough wealth for ourselves to prosper and live the lives that we want and go travel and eat whatever we want and all that stuff, once we all get what we want, are we actually going to do anything to level the playing field, or will we just stop caring? And I'm even asking myself this because when I honestly, if I'm being completely transparent, when I'm thinking about my future life, like my goals, my dreams, all the things that I want out of life, I'm thinking about myself, right? Like I'm thinking about where I want to live, what I want to drive, where I want to be traveling to. Like I'm thinking about things in terms of me. When we think about our dream lives, we're thinking about us, right? Because we've been trained to think very individually. We care about our families, we care about our communities, we care about the less fortunate. But in reality, like, our everyday thoughts and desires are centered around us. I saw this TikTok the other day. It was on Twitter. Someone like posted it. And basically it was this woman who, you know, she uses all the profits from just one of her properties. She has a lot of property. She makes a lot of money from real estate. She uses the money from one of her properties to pay for her Porsche and her Range Rover. And she shows you exactly how she does it. And I used to watch videos like that and I used to be like, damn, that's kind of dope. Like, that's badass. The fact that she was able to figure all this out and make money so easily is insane, right? And I used to see like entrepreneurship. I'm really into entrepreneurship. I used to see anything that had to do with entrepreneurship as cool because it's like people who are like me, like everyday people who start out with even nothing can somehow, obviously it's not an even playing field, right? Like there's such, like privilege is very real, but people through entrepreneurship can escape the 9-to-5. People through entrepreneurship can become rich. People through entrepreneurship can do so many things. And I used to see videos like hers and I used to want to like take notes on that. You can make money so easily, but in reality, the cost of that usually is exploiting other people, right? If she were to be more focused on providing affordable housing for her tenants instead of worried about paying off her Porsche and Range Rover, imagine the difference in her tenants' lives that she would make. You know what I'm saying? Like, really all it comes down to is selfishness. Like, the reason why rent prices rise is because people just want more and more, right? Like, genuinely, if someone runs a real estate business, they could choose to just make rent less. Like, she has the power to do that, but she wants a Porsche and a Range Rover. But imagine the difference those few $1,000s make in her tenants' lives. But to her, that's nothing. To her, that's just one property. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm explaining what I'm trying to say well enough, but it's like, it's insane how selfish this system has taught us to become. Like, it's insane that we don't think about, like, when people see videos like this real estate shit, like this entrepreneurship shit, you see like, oh, this is so cool. I could have a Porsche and a Range Rover so easily if I just learn how to do my, like, work my money better. But you're not really thinking about the fact that, like, you could use that money to make such a huge difference in someone's life. Like, imagine a world where paying rent wasn't such a struggle for so many people. Imagine a world where in a pandemic, so many people weren't so down bad because the government and people who own businesses, people who own properties, actually cared about them. Like, that's literally possible. But it just comes down to people wanting profits, people wanting more. Some of us get mad at TikToks like this, but it's like, again, this is a society that we've been born into. This is how we've been trained to believe. We've been trained to only worry about ourselves. And I honestly think the only way that we are going to make any kind of change in the system is if we unlearn this selfishness. Like, if we unlearn all the capitalistic tendencies that we've been taught that we don't even realize are there. Like, when you're making a Pinterest board and thinking about your dream life, there's nothing wrong with wanting abundance for your life. There's nothing wrong with dreaming about what you want out of your life individually. But isn't it crazy how our Pinterest boards are usually so centered around us and not centered around our idea of our dream, like, community? You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine a world where everyone's dream was for everyone to live the same way. And so, to so many people, still to this day, so many people in this country, to them it's not possible. Like, some people genuinely think that humans are just naturally selfish, when in reality, we've been taught this kind of selfishness. Like, as much as capitalism tries to convince us that selfishness is human nature, it is not. Like, it's been taught to us. We've been trained to be selfish. We've been trained to only think for ourselves. The idea of socialism, the idea of everyone having access to the same resources, opportunities, wealth, that idea is taboo. Like, when you talk to older generations, they genuinely think that that's not possible. That's insane to me. And maybe there's just like this big gap there, and maybe some of you are watching this and like are like, you're just being dumb. That's insane for me to wrap my head around. And that's why I get scared that nothing is going to change, because when you start with nothing and you look up to celebrities and you look up to billionaires who have it all and they live in excess, that's all you're focused on. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you have nothing, you're not worried about everyone else having something, you're worried about yourself. And that's at the cause of the conditions that capitalism puts us under, right? We're in survival mode. A lot of us, even though some of us are middle class and we can still kind of pay our bills and get by, a lot of us hate our fucking 9-to-5s, and we would do anything to get out of the 9-to-5 life, right? We might be willing to own a few properties and charge people crazy rent that's hard for them to pay so that we can live a 9-to-5 and go travel whenever we want. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that kind of behavior, I have a really hard time wrapping my head around it, and I get really frustrated and almost like I get really sad, because it's like, that's what makes me worry that nothing's gonna change. That's what makes me worry that, like, even though so many people are waking up, is anything actually gonna change? Or are we all just gonna eventually escape the 9-to-5 and get our dream lives and maybe start YouTube channels and start making money, and then we're just gonna stop worrying about other people? Because, like, that is a very plausible reality, right? And so I think the only solution really will be is if we all fight the capitalists in our head. And again, I don't think a lot of us realize how much capitalism influences us, because a lot of us, again, we might say that it doesn't, but as soon as we start getting a lot of things, as soon as we start making money and escaping, as soon as we start living our own dream lives, then we just want more, right? And then we want more, and then we want more. Then we think, oh, I just worked hard to get this, so other people need to work hard too, right? That's how people who are at the top think, right? So I think we have to unlearn that as early as we can, right? Actively try to make your goals, to write down your goals in terms of what you can do to serve and help other people. Like, the reason why my tattoo almost accesses on my hand is to remind me this every single day. When I'm having those days where I'm like, oh, I just wanna quit my 9-to-5, I wanna go travel the world, I just wanna go live my dream life, I have to consistently ground myself back into remembering that this is for everyone, not just for me. You know what I'm saying? So actively fight the capitalist in your head. Use your privilege to give as much as you can. And that's what I'm working on now too, is like, I have money. Like, I'm trying to save so I can get out of this 9-to-5 because I really want to, but like, what can I do with at least the amount of money that I have the extra money, right, to give. For me as a creator, I already have so much privilege, I have so much power, just even working with brands, right? So I'm sorry, I'm burping, but like I'm thinking like, what can I do right now, right? Like what can I, instead of like looking at my list of like what I want to do to help people in the future, I need to make a list on like what I can do right this second with the amount of money that I have, with the amount of followers that I have. That's already power, right? So I encourage you to like make a list of like what you can do right now. You know what I'm saying? With whatever privilege you have. Don't just wait until you are rich or until you've made it to help others, right? Like try to actively do it now, and that's really what I'm working on. And so, yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. I feel like I just talked for so long. This was a very rambly video, probably a very long video. I don't have any Virgo or Capricorn in my charts, which a lot of you guys think that I do. But I just really like organization, so I feel really weird with like an unstructured video. I also had a lot of caffeine in this tea, so sorry if I'm really rambling and like talking fast, but yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I just want to talk to you guys about how I've been feeling, because I've been thinking about this a lot, and I really do believe that like we can change things, but I think it's going to take a lot more of us changing the way that we think in order to make that happen. So taking a deep breath. I had way too much caffeine. I'm never drinking tea and filming a video again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel if you guys aren't already. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.